Published, 2:11 Eastern Standard Time, 8 January 2018. Updated, 8:20 Eastern Standard Time, 8 January 2018. Australia's jubilant stars celebrated in the dressing room with their wags and kids after sealing the Ashes series. After battering England 4-0 with victory wrapped up on the final day in Sydney, the hosts partied in the dressing room at the SCG. David Warner posed for photos with his wife Candice and daughters Indy and Ivy as players cracked open beers to mark the end of the series. Australia batsman David Warner poses with his wife Candice and their daughters Indy and Ivy in the SCG dressing room. Australia opener Usman Khawaja and his fiancée Rachel McClellan had their picture taken with the urn. The jubilant Australia players celebrate winning the Ashes, with captain Steve Smith, centre, holding the urn. Smith looks lovingly at the Ashes urn, left, while Shaun Marsh lets his son Austin hold the famous trophy. David Warner, centre, leads the celebrations in the dressing room as the Australia players start the party. Brothers Shaun and Mitchell Marsh share a special moment as they kiss the urn for the cameras. Shaun Marsh and Nathan Lyon crack open the beers as they pose with the Ashes urn. Cameron Bancroft, left, and Smith enjoy a moment with the urn as they contemplate their series triumph. Afterwards, Captain Steve Smith revealed they have already set their sights on retaining the urn when they arrive in England for the next series in 2019. A bucket list item of mine is to win an Ashes series in England, he admitted when he considered the prospect of the return fixture in 2019. That is going to be a long visit for the Australia captain, probably spanning from some point in May to September, as the World Cup and then the Ashes is shoehorned into the English summer. Smith looks delighted as he holds the Ashes urn following Australia's 4-0 series win. A squad will attempt an unlikely double, but there will be some way to achieving it if they get three crucial things right like they have done in this series. In terms of selection, keeping their key bowlers fit and winning the crunch moments when they presented themselves, they could hardly be faulted. He acknowledged that a similar level of execution will be required in just over 18 months' time when the teams next meet in Test cricket. It's a tough tour going to England, a great place to play and a difficult place for any team travelling, said Smith, whose next Test assignment is March's four-match series in South Africa. England play incredibly well at home, so I don't know who would be favourites. Smith takes a close look at the urn following a superb series personally and for his team. Australia celebrate after wrapping up a 4-0 series win with an innings win in Sydney. The more we play together, the more we will get better. England in 2019 is a long way away, but it's a real challenge for us as well. It's different to playing with a kookaburra here. It can move around consistently, and everyone is vulnerable to a moving ball. This was a series of patience, and perhaps our batters had some better patience through the series. As is usually the case, the English domestic system will unwittingly provide assistance in preparing the Australians, with a particularly hefty contingent due over this coming summer. I think a few of the players are already going over and playing some county cricket. I think there's half a dozen as it is. That's something we can look at, and a lot of other players have had experience in those conditions. Smith kisses the urn on the outfield after sealing the 4-0 Ashes triumph. With a kiss, the players show four fingers to the camera to celebrate the 4-0 win in front of the pavilion. I think playing county cricket has been great for some people's games to help improve and develop in different conditions against different kind of bowlers and different balls. It's certainly beneficial, so we'll see how we go. Smith was naturally full of praise for the Fab Four bowling attack he could call on. For the first time ever in a five-match series, every wicket was shared by one quartet: Nathan Lyon, Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc and Josh Hazlewood. He lauded the backroom staff for bringing them to the boil at the perfect time, and could also have mentioned his selection panel. The faith shown in the Marsh brothers and wicket-keeper Tim Paine was repaid in full, with opener Cameron Bancroft the only instance when the loyalty may have been misplaced. As for the key turning points, he cited the contribution of Lyon beyond his high-class off-spin. Smith was also of the opinion that he might have negated the potential contribution of Ben Stokes, had he been available. Lyon appeals successfully for the wicket of Moeen Ali, the first of the final day. Pat Cummins celebrates the crucial breakthrough for Australia after lunch after dismissing Johnny Bairstow LBWFO Army. The moment that changed the whole series was Nathan and his run out at the Gabba, of James Vince on 83. You know those players who can change a series, and that was a series-changing moment. Of Stokes, he added, he's a quality player, but Lyon bowled exceptionally well to all the left-handers, so that was another left-hander he would have got to bowl at, so I don't know the answer to that. There was also a reflection on the home side's clearer thinking. We had plans for the bottom four that worked. We had pretty clear plans. England had their foot in the door in all the matches, but we just won the key moments in the games. We didn't allow England back. There was a wider satisfaction in a series among the authorities about a series that brought in more than 850,000 spectators over its 25-day duration. The Aussies love nothing more than giving the Poms a kicking, but whether a neutral would have found much of the cricket scintillating is another matter. Sydney Opera House was adorned with a projection of the Ashes urn as the city celebrated their crushing victory. The iconic landmark in Sydney Harbour was also lit up in stunning green and gold, the national colours of Australia.